Evening everybody, welcome to Going to Ground. Combination of sounds in our garden on this Wednesday evening, and of sights too. On the daffodils, lovely. Really glorious to see every roadside covered, roundabouts blooming with daffodils, and the pink trees blossoming, and the busy sounds of the A4 behind me, and the cawing of the rooks in the trees, and some other evening bird song. How are you today? Hope the week's progressing well. Today, of course, is St. Patrick's Day, as you might be aware. Nobody knows much about St. Patrick except that he was probably a Romano-British citizen who went to Ireland to share the Christian faith. And Romano-British, I guess, means before the 6th century AD, so somewhere between 400 and 600 AD. Nobody knows too much about him. The date of his death was meant to be on the 17th of March today, but that seems remarkably precise given that we don't know what century he lived in. But like so many characters from that almost prehistoric period in British history, we just have a few legends and stories. But what is clear, seems to be clear, is that he travelled to Ireland and became one of the main evangelists, if you like, the ones who shared the message of Christianity. Now, I just wanted to reflect very briefly on one facet of the Christian faith which is really important, whether you're a believer or not, because faith is often seen as a thing you have, or as something you are, but actually and that's true in a sense, of course, but actually in the Gospels, in the Bible, the stories of Jesus, faith is more often than not a commission. It's actually a being sent out with a particular task. So the experience of faith is a dynamic thing rather than a state of mind or even of the soul. It is a way of life, explicitly a way. The first Christians were called followers of the way before they were even known as Christians. They were meant to be those who were travelling on a certain way. Yes, following Jesus, but also, really importantly, sent by him. And in today's Bible reading, the text is about Jesus sending out the early disciples without any kit or equipment, just as they are, to carry on his work. And ever since, the church has been described as apostolic, and an apostle, apostello, means sent, those who are sent. So it is a commission, it's a task, Christian faith. It is a way of going out into the world, and worth reflecting on, particularly as we in Lent consider the nature of our own belief and faith, because it's purposive Christianity in a practical way, not just something that we reflect upon or have or are. You get the idea. Anyway, I need to go now and take my daughter on her way to Waitrose, where she's due her evening shift, so I'll sign off here. But look forward to seeing you. I hope to get out on an early morning walk, so I may post again tomorrow. God bless you as you go to ground.